Hey everybody, and welcome back to Erlengrot. It is still late autumn, and well, big elephant in the room is that we have had some snowfall. It's rather interesting because it rained all night, but I guess if you've got an air temp of 35 degrees going on 10:30, it probably was below 32 degrees overnight. And well, got nice snowfall up on the hills, mountains. Rather picturesque scene, to say so myself. What are we going to do today? We are going to do some nitrogen management. Shockingly, we got all the soil results back overnight, and we can now see where we are. Got a fair bit of loam, sandy loam, and loamy sand, and a bit of silty clay up in the hills, in the hill parts. So, what does that mean for us? Well, it looks like we are sitting at 40, 20 to 0. Yep. 40 kilograms per hectare, 20 kilograms per hectare, and zilch. Now, if you remember, we had basically set up a rotation with our crops. Run over here. And field we had wheat on. We're going to put sunflowers on. We had corn, we're going to put wheat. In fields we had sunflowers, we're going to put corn. We had corn up here. We're going to put wheat in that field. Then we had sunflowers over here. We're going to put corn in that one. Now, what do we need to do as far as nitrogen levels? This one needs sunflowers, and sunflowers are going to require 60, 80, or 120, depending on soil type we've got. Take a look at soil type. So we've got mostly loam on this field, which is nice. So sunflowers are going to need 120 kilograms per hectare of nitrogen, and we really only have 20. We only have 20 and 40. Now, manure is going to bring us up a level of 80 kilograms per hectare on loam, which is good, and 60 kilograms per hectare on sandy loam. Right now we have 20. Then we're going to get 80 on that, so that's going to get us up to 100. And then sunflowers want 120. That's pretty close. Go ahead and started with our manure application here on this field. Got our belt set up. That's going to be kind of the goal, is to see if we can't bring our nitrogen levels up to the point where they need to be through just the application of slurry, digestate, or manure. All right, let's go ahead and set our auto width. Why it wants to do an offset. I had actually hoped very much this was going to change the texture from snow to manure, but okay, this will work. It'll work for us. We can see in our mini map we are getting a nice good layer of nitrogen. See, we are adding plus 80 because again are adding manure, and manure applies plus 80 value when it is applied to loamy ground. I'm going to get us to 100. Look. There we are. We're at 100 and a little bit at 120, which is exactly where we want to be. We may just go with this and not apply any chemical fertilizer to this field. We'll just have to see kind of how things look in the spring. As far as grass goes, grass needs a lot. Grass needs 160 on loamy sand. We don't have any of that. We've got sandy loam at 180, loam at 200, and silty clay at 200. So if we do put manure down on our grass fields, well, manure or slurry or digestate, because it's all the same. Yeah. We're going to have to apply that twice. So it may just make sense to apply that with some chemical just to maximize on our amount of time spent. And we might not have that much chemical anyway. So far, the manure is going pretty good. Good rate. I kind of think before precision farming that we would definitely not have gotten 3 full passes on this field with the manure spreader and still had half a load. The way it's going, we're going to be able to put almost a whole load of manure on this field. I've got half of mine to just leave this field with 1 layer of manure on it and basically just plant the sunflowers that way. See how things work out for us. Trying to get part of the field is going to have 120. The other part's going to have 100. And sunflowers need 120 on loam, and they need 80 on sandy loam. We'll have 80 on the sandy loam with just this application, it looks like. We're all still kind of learning this thing. Yeah, it looks like we're going to be able to get a whole field applied with one load of manure. Never in wildest imagination we've been able to do that in the base game. That's for sure. Little first-person perspective. How we're doing here. So we are perfect on the sandy loam. We're a little under on our loam in some spots. Spots we are at 120, which is right where we need to be. Yeah, I think we might just call that field done as far as our nitrogen treatment for the next year. And that's one application of fertilizer. Whereas with seasons, we would have had to done that 2 more times. There we go. Take a look and see how much manure we have. We've got 68,000 liters of manure. We've got 500,000 liters of slurry. Pigs. Not a lot of manure. 1,000 liters of slurry. I think we've got a slurry tank. I think. Right, a ball one. Yep, there we go. Use this. No, we'll have to get it reconfigured. So we'll have to see about getting ourselves a slurry tank. Joskin. This is just too. Yeah, I think we'll just have to get the Joskin. And then new. Not quite enough money. I'd have to lease it this year. Go over here and check out our former cornfield. It's been so long since I was able to play with seasons where we had snow on the ground. Kind of fun seeing the lack of traction. So we had corn here. And in our rotation, corn goes to wheat. Now wheat wants a lot of nitrogen. We're going to have to apply maybe 2 coats. We've got loam. We've got all of the soil types here. So wheat needs 140 on loamy sand. This one. 180 on sandy loam. 200 on loam. 160 on silty clay. And right now it is sitting between 20 and 0. So when we apply our manure, we're going to get, well, we're going to get 60 on here. And so that's going to get us up to what? Going to get us between 60 and 80. We need 200. That's going to get us to 80 on loam, so that's going to get us to 100. We apply it again, it's going to get us to 180. Close. Might put 2 applications of manure or slurry on this field for the sake of just, again, saving chemical fertilizer. And as we learned in the how-to series on precision farming, our organic fertilizer is applied at a fixed rate depending on soil type. So we're applying plus 80 to an area of the field that already has 20. We're bringing this up to 100. Now we're applying 60 on a field that has 0. Bringing it up to 60. Apply this again. We're going to bring it up to, now we're applying at 40. So that has 0. We apply it again at 40. We're going to bring that up to 80. And we need 140. So we're going to have to do a little shot of chemical fertilizer, but it's not going to take a lot. It's not going to take a lot at all. We apply a second coat here. We're going to get 80. And when you apply a second coat here, we're going to be 120. We need to be at 180. We can do a third coat and be good. So here we're going to bring up to 100, and we need 140. No, we need 200. So we're going to bring it up to 100. We apply it again, we're going to bring it up to 180. Pretty darn close. Yeah, I think we just might apply two applications. Probably I'll apply some slurry to this field at some point. The reason we want to do that is to, I mean, we've got the organic fertilizer, might as well make use of it. Then let's look at our grass. So our grass is loam, sandy loam, most part some silty clay, and we are talking in 40, 20. Most of our grass is 40 and 20. And grass is going to need 180, 200, 60. You might have to apply it twice on the grass. That's where I think chemical might come into play, just for the sake of, you might not have enough to apply it twice on that field, because we might probably apply it twice on our cornfield also, because sunflowers take the least amount of nitrogen in our crop rotation. So we could probably sneak by with one coat of organic fertilizer on our sunflower fields, But on our corn fields and our wheat fields, probably going to need 2 coats of organic, and that's going to get us really darn close to where we need to be. So what I'll do is I'm going to go ahead and apply a coat of organic to our other field over here. And then I'm going to go get our slurry spreader, and we're going to put slurry on this field and basically see where we get our levels up to, because it would be great. It would be really awesome if we were completely done our nitrogen management before the ground freezes. And that means that in the springtime, we can concentrate on our pH treatment and get the field up to proper pH levels for our soil. Then cultivate in the lime and get preparing a nice, good seed bed for planting our crops. So this seems to be working out quite well. Idea of putting 2 applications of organic fertilizer down. We're bumping our nitrogen up to a level of 180 here, and now we're going to get this to low level of just 120. That is loamy sand, and we need that to be around 140. Not too far off there. Bumping this up to 180, and we need to get it to 200. And then this, we're actually up there for a second. We were bumping it up to the level of exactly 200, which is where we need to be. We're going to get field 3 pretty darn close to where it needs to be before we apply any chemical fertilizer, just by applying 2 coats, 2 layers, 2 applications of organic. Now, 500,000 liters of slurry there. We've got 56,000 liters of digestate here, and we got 50,000 liters of digestate up in the pig area. So I think we got plenty of liquid to spread around. It's good because it seems like the liquid is going a lot faster than the solid manure. The fact that they apply at the same rate, or basically factor in the same amount of nitrogen, almost makes manure more efficient, because we get so much more of it applied to the field. And here, oh, you know what? I know. First off, we were going so slow. So we're getting 120 here. Not the greatest. But we only need to be to 140. Like I said, here we're going to 180. And we need to be 200. And then here we're at 120, and we're at an 80, so we were at our target of 200 for just a little bit. Came back through here and did apply solid fertilizer to kind of even out the entire field. Would be a fair bit of the field that we probably wouldn't be applying any to. I also thought about maybe coming back over not the entire field, but over a part of the field to do a third coat. This part here where we're kind of low, come in and apply a third level. 200, we're already where we need to be. 180. Most part, we're a little low at 180. Like here at 140. At 120. So that's going to be kind of our nitrogen plan for the autumn here, is to put manure down on our arable fields, and then come through and put either digestate or slurry down on our corn and wheat fields, leaving our sunflower fields with just one coat of manure. And then we're going to probably put some liquid down on our grass fields just to get them bumped a little bit. We'll see where we are. Got enough? We might put some more on the grass fields to get them a little bit of nutrient bump over winter. So what are your all's nitrogen plans for your fields? Let me know in the comments. And until next time, happy farming. Be sure to like, subscribe, and click that notification bell.